Shane and Spanky, they really hate each other.
Michael Shane and Spanky really don't like each other. I've seen him at practice. It's a shoot.
Oh, yes, it is a little shoot.
Well, I don't know how anybody could not like Spanky. The man is young, he's energetic, he's vibrant, he's youthful, he's got everything going for him. He is a world-class athlete, much like Michael Shane. But I will say this, the boy is a bit off kilter. He is quite strange.
Oh, yeah, he's kind of out there. But you know what? When it comes to wrestling, he psychs out his opponents. But Michael Shane, he's all about just getting the job done. Oh, these guys are great. This is going to be so hard-headed.
Whoa! Spanky with a nice spank right in the cheek of Michael Shane. And Michael Shane lets him know about it with a nice knife edge right to the chest. And Spanky and Shane are trading chops left and right. I would not want to stand in front of Michael Shane while he was chopping me like that. But Spanky, I don't know if it's ignorance or fear, but one of the two is coming into play because he is not backing down.
Oh, and he just knocked Spanky down. And talking about knocking down, why does Rudy hate me so much, Luscious?
No, see, Rudy didn't have a problem with you until you made those comments about Chris Marvel's injury from last show.
I mean, it was a tough break for the kid. How about giving me a break right on my...
Steve, maybe Rudy hates you because you don't know how to sit back and call a match properly instead of hitting on the young woman to my left. But what he is hitting right there, Spanky just hit a beautiful headbutt to the midsection of Michael Shane. And Spanky is on the top rope looking for one of those high-flying maneuvers that only he can do. Michael Shane scattered it very well and moved out of the way.
You are hotter than fish grease.
Thank you, Steve. I've been told that many times during the course of my life. But right there, Michael Shane did hit a beautiful knee drop right there ahead of Spanky.
You know what hotel I'm in? You want to come see me? I'm former world champion. Come on, baby.
Michael Shane on top of Spanky right now with almost a 3-count. Spanky was quick enough. He was scooting right out underneath.
Where are you going?
Steve, I'm not here to be hit on. I'm leaving.
Where are you going? But I got an 11-inch.
Hey, whoa, Carino, please concentrate on the matchup.
Call me. She likes me.
I'm sure she does, but who doesn't like you is Spanky right now because you're forgetting that he is on top of Michael Shane, who is on top of the top rope. Spanky right now has Michael Shane exactly where it wants him. Michael Shane is in a world of hurt outside that ring, and this is where Spanky is at his best.
Okay, think about Roseanne Barr. Think about Roseanne Barr. Think about... Okay, I'm back.
Excuse me?
Okay. No, I needed
the Ring of Honor, not the Ring of Horror. Please don't make those references again, Steve.
Spanky back up there. Talking about... Never mind. Spanky has the advantage here on Michael Shane. Oh, what's Rudy Boy? I think he gave him a forearm object.
No, he didn't. Rudy Boy did what every good trainer does. He went over and looked after one of his charges. He made sure he was all right, but it's a little too late. Michael Shane is busted open outside the ring right now.
He's lacerated. You know what probably happened? Probably Michael Shane said something to Rudy Boy, and Rudy Boy cut him with a key. That's the way Rudy Boy works.
Either that or when Michael Shane fell on his head outside the ring, which is probably more truthful because we saw it, that's what busted him open, Steve. I don't know what you saw, but what I see is Spanky dominating Michael Shane right now.
Well, Donnie, we got 2 different monitors, so there is a possibility we saw different things.
Right now, Spanky's all over Michael Shane, shoots him back in the middle of the ring, and Michael Shane is rapidly losing that life-giving plasma through the cut in his forehead. And if he does not take strides to end this match quickly, Spanky will be victorious, and I can assure you Michael Shane will not be a happy camper with that one.
Well, Donnie B, if you remember right, Spanky was busted open huge last month. A cut that took 7 stitches to heal, and you know what? He's happy now that he broke his most hated opponent. Michael Shane, oh my goodness, to the floor.
That almost sent Spanky back into the first row. I'll tell you what, Michael Shane is letting it all hang out. He knows he can just wipe his hand across his face and see the energy running out in the form of that red blood. And Michael Shane right now has got to take action.
You know what? I'm surprised Rudy Boy didn't go by and cut Spanky too.
Well, a lot of people may or may not know this, but both of these men are so evenly matched. They both want to be the new showstopper. They both want to be the next big thing in professional wrestling. Either one of these two could be the new showstopper, and that has been the cause of their rivalry since the day they laid eyes on each other.
And both of these men are giving it 110% right now, and they both know that no matter what, if they win, they have to wrestle the American Dragon. Beautiful move this right match. Spanky is a very good thinker. Spanky is always thinking a couple moves ahead, but he was just a little bit smarter there than Michael Shane.
You know what the irony here is, Steve? For a man that is completely nuts, Spanky is actually very smart.
That's right. I mean, he may be nuts to the people. He may be nuts to the boys. He may be nuts to Rudy Boy Gonzalez. I'd really like to show Simply Luscious my
Whoa, Steve, please. What we'd like to show everybody here is this matchup, so please concentrate on it. Michael Shane is getting pounded left and right by Spanky. Spanky is an angry young man. As a matter of fact, I have never met anyone in my life that has so much inner angst in them as Spanky does. This man is a ticking time bomb. Spanky is not playing with a full deck. He is a few sandwiches short of a picnic basket, so to speak, and this man one day will explode, and sooner or later, the world will see exactly what is inside of Spanky. As a matter of fact, when Pearl Jam made the video for Jeremy, I think they had Spanky in mind.
Oh yeah, Spanky definitely has some issues. This kid might as well work at the post office for the ticking time bomb that he is. But you know what? Michael Shane, on the other hand, is a thinker, and he can't stand everything that Spanky stands for. You know, the jumping around, did you see the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commissioner, Frank Talent? Did you see the disrespect that Spanky showed him? Michael Shane hates that stuff. Did you see how when Rudy Boy was giving all the big instructions in the gauntlet match, that Spanky was sitting there, just kind of making fun of his trainer. But Michael Shane hates all that, and this is why these guys can't stand being in the car with each other. And did you know what else? Spanky flew to the show tonight, and Michael Shane had to drive.
Well, that's a course of hate for anybody. Let me tell you, if I had to drive to a show or fly, I'd fly any day of the week. But Spanky's flying high all the time. He is definitely not on cloud nine. Spanky is out there in left field, but I'll tell you what, it seems to work for him. That's the key to a successful wrestler. They got to get a style and run with it. Spanky seems to be a high flyer. He seems to be one of these guys that does not mind taking 2 punches to get one in, and sooner or later that style's going to pay off. You might not be walking straight a few years from now, but Spanky's letting it all hang out in the Ring of Honor.
And let me tell you something, Donnie B. There's something really going in the mind of Michael Shane. Michael Shane is not under contract here at Ring of Honor. Spanky is. That means that Spanky gets his trans paid for. That means Spanky gets flown. He gets put up in the Holiday Inn. Sweet, I may say. Michael Shane says that he deserves that contract because he wasn't pinned in that match for the contract. But Spanky, Michael Shane, they just keep going at it. It doesn't matter. Michael Shane wants a contract. Spanky's got it. Everything that they want, each other has. They're just pure Chelsea, and a huge clothesline there by Michael Shane.
Nice clothesline by Michael Shane, but I'll tell you what, Spanky is a student of the game. Spanky has learned from the greats like Roddy Piper, Chris Benoit, William Regal, and a man that is renowned as his teacher, Tracy Smothers, has even gotten into the ring and taught Spanky how to hook it up. And Michael Shane right now seems to be on the receiving end of all those lessons learned. Nice skin to cap by Spanky. Oh, he is met size 13 right in the face. There is no clear-cut scientific way to call that. The only thing I can say is welcome to my feet from Michael Shane and Spanky.
And Michael Shane over top!
Nice halo suicide dive by Michael Shane to the outside on Spanky. And I tell you what, Spanky just went spunk right on the floor.
What's Rudy Boy doing? It's not Chris Marvel. His leg didn't break, you big fat oaf.
Whoa, easy, Steve. Rudy Boy is doing what every good trainer should do. He's looking after his prodigies. He's looking after his charges. And he's making sure that each man is still able to continue. A good trainer.
Come on, Donnie B. He just wants his 15%. Most agents get 10%. Rudy Boy Gonzalez gets 15% of these guys' wages. That's crap. That's the only reason he cared about Marvel. Oh, I'm getting more and more ticked off.
Well, I don't know why you're getting so bent out of shape, Steve. These two young men are showing exactly the kind of fortitude that it took to become part of the Shawn Michaels Heartbreak Gauntlet, what it took to become one of the members of his school, and right there, a nice reverse acid drop type maneuver by Spanky onto Michael Shane. Michael Shane appears to be out of it. Don't forget that before this match, Michael Shane just got done wrestling a hellacious battle against Paul London.
That's right. And you know what? When you're wrestling 2-3 times a night, you start to lose it all. You start to go crazy. If you've ever been in a tournament situation or a match that you have to wrestle more than once, I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of psychological warfare that it does to the brain. And when you have a brain like a Spanky, who's not all there to begin with, this is kind of his match.
Well, to quote Spanky exactly, Spanky is just what he'd be in real life if he were drunk 24 hours a day, and this young man appears to be that right now. He is on rubber leg, but he is still going 110%. Michael Shane up to the top rope. This could be that big elbow drop. He could be using the same maneuver he put Paul London away with, but he seems a little shaky up there. That is a direct result of all the blood loss. You cannot lose blood for 10 minutes and still retain your balance. Right there, Michael Shane fell off the top rope. Exactly what I was just saying. The blood loss left to it. He could not control himself, Steve, just much like I'm losing my voice.
Donnie B, let me tell you something. A man that has bled as much as I have in the 8 years that I've been in professional wrestling, you have to learn how to fight when you're bleeding. You have to learn when you have multiple lacerations on either your head, your mouth, your arm, your back. You have to learn how to fight with that. Michael Shane has not experienced something like that. Look at his forehead. He's a pretty boy. He's a good-looking guy. I mean, if I was a girl, I'd probably date him. Oh, and he just super kicks back.
Maybe I should repeat that to Simply Luscious later on when I see her, but what I will repeat is that Michael Shane just laid in a beautiful super kick onto the face of Spanky.
But my point being, Donnie B, is not that I was trying to get Michael Shane's phone number. I am going to try to get Luscious's later, but Michael Shane is not used to bleeding, so he's not used to fighting with a laceration on his head. And that is a big advantage for Spanky right now.
Right here, what is the disadvantage is Michael Shane taking so long. He should be on top of Spanky like white on rice. He is taking too long, sizing up that super kick. But right there, Spanky kicked off right into the turnbuckle. Michael Shane goes for the full Nelson. Spanky reverses it. Has top chancery control right now, Michael Shane.
Unbelievable. There's the finish. He got it.
Oh my God. That's gotta be it.
Mike Hayter in position. 3 counts.
3 count by Spanky.
Spanky is showing why he has a contract in Ring of Honor. Michael Shane put up a great fight.